Right, so video 2 of the sequence of cleaning this car. So I've just gone over the car with Garage Therapy Decon shampoo and wheel shampoo. Lovely and clean, spotless, really nice for a 10-year-old car that's never really been cleaned properly before. Really pleased with it. So now we're going to put some QDX ceramic detailing spray on. Now this gives up to, depends on the conditions obviously, but can give up to 6 months worth of protection. But you need to make sure that you remove all the previous waxes. Well, I've just gone over the car with Garage Therapy Decon. I can assure you there's no wax on that car. I'm not even sure there's any wax on it to start with. But the Decon shampoo would have got rid of that anyway. So there's no wax on the car, it's just bare clear coat, bare paintwork. So that's all nice and clean. So we're going to go over this, and what you do with this, you spray it onto a panel and you use a sponge adapter. I've got a sponge adapter here somewhere. Got a couple of sponge adapters when I was at Waxstock. So you spray it onto the panel, and then using a soft foam applicator you wipe over, give it between 3 and 10 minutes to cure, and then buff off. Keeping an eye on the weather. Mustn't do this in direct sunlight, so it's a bit cloudy today. It may be that I have to turn the car around to get it out of the sun, but just keep it out of the sun when you put it on. So like I say, spray it on to the panel and then buff it in, or rub it in with a sponge applicator, and then once it's cured, buff off. But keep an eye on it because you don't want it to dry on the car. So let's go and use this. Right, there we go. Right, so it's been a couple of minutes. Really feel that on the back of your hand, it's really grippy. On there, it's beautiful. Right, let's do another panel, shall we? Looking good, nice and slick. So I'll carry on doing the rest of the car. It goes on really well. You just got to get it right when it cures. But yeah, it goes on well. It's really slick as well. That's the first bit of protection that car's had in many a year, I reckon. Many a year. It's transformed the colour. It's really come out nice. I'm really pleased with that. Right, I'm going to finish the rest of the car off and we'll have a look afterwards. Right, so we're finished with the QDX. I've got that all over the car. That was very easy to put on, very easy to take off. And it's really, I mean, you know I keep saying it, but it's the first time it's had any protection, I'm sure, for years, and it's really brought the colour out. It's really nice. I'm really pleased with it. So what we're going to do now is I've got some Infinity Wax plastic and rubber wax, and we're going to go around all of the plastic and the rubber around the car and give it some protection. Now I've done a little bit down here. I don't know how well you can see that. So I've done this bit up to here. And it's just a soft wax. Just put it on with an applicator and just rub it in. And that's it. I'm going to go around the car now and put that on around all of the plastic, along the sides, on the back, on the front, and also around the windows. So I'll do that now and show you bits and pieces, and then we'll have a look at the car as a whole. Really made the paint pop. I'm really impressed with that. That looks lovely. Good job, Martin. Well done. So here we are, following day, which is why I've changed my clothes and my workshop is nice and tidy. Just finishing the car off yesterday. I had a phone call, so I had to shoot off and do a few things, so thought I'd leave the wind up review until today. So here we are. So washed the car with Garage Therapy shampoos, which in my previous video, if you've seen that, then great. If you haven't, you might want to go back and this one make more sense. After I washed it and dried it, and then used Infinity Wax products to protect it. And the first product I used was their QDX ceramic detailing spray. Now on the website it says that you spray it onto the panel, use a sponge applicator to spread it over the panel, leave it 3 to 10 minutes to cure and then buff off. So I did two things, there was two things I did that I should have done better. So the first one, the applicator I used was a quite a cheap little applicator that I got for £1 at Waxstock. a Volvo applicator. Wrong type of sponge for this application, so what I should have done was thrown it away. What I should have used is a sponge that's a little bit denser, I think. This is one that I got from Autoglym some time ago. I should have used a more a denser sponge, or maybe even a microfiber applicator. I'll use one of those next time I use the product. The other thing that I struggled with, should I say, is the curing time. Because it was a breezy day and I was outside in the elements, so no cover, and because it's a breezy day, one minute you got cloud, next minute you got sunshine, and you got cloud again, which made it difficult to judge the curing time. You had to really be careful and keep an eye on the product once you put it on the panel, and I found that quite tedious, and it was a bit of a pain. So I think what you really need is more of a controlled environment when you put this on, either in a garage or a workshop or under an awning, something like that. But that was my issue, not the product's issue. So they're the two things that could have gone better really yesterday. Let's get down to the product itself. I really like this product, it was good. It says that it lasts for up to 6 months. So if that's the case, then that's good value for money. I think I bought this in I bought this at Waxstock, and they had a deal on. You buy 3 products for £30, so it only cost me a tenner. I think it's about £12 or £13 anyway. So the car, when it turned up yesterday, was very dull. You wouldn't have really, certainly from a few metres away, you wouldn't have noticed that it was a metallic car at all. Once I thoroughly cleaned it with the shampoo, I put this stuff on. This really brought the grimy, dull, tired looking paintwork, it brought it back to life. It gave the metallic paint some real depth, it gave it some gloss. Yeah, it was it really brought it back to life. It rejuvenated a tired old looking car. So I was really happy with that. It was a good product. Happy to use it again. Happy to keep it on my shelf as one of my tools. So if you're thinking of using a ceramic detail spray, then Infinity Wax have got a good one. I recommend it. Good spray. The other product that I used, excuse me while I have a bit of a slurp. The other product that I used was their Infinity Wax plastic and rubber wax, which smells okay, easy to use, easy to put on. What can I say about this? I put it on tired looking plastic and rubber, and there's no doubt it brought it back the way it should be. But there's no instructions on the container at all, so you have to go on the website and have a look. And on the website it says, if I remember rightly, it says you put it on, you leave it 30 minutes and you're done. Well, I think for me, I think that certainly worked for the rubber, but for the hard plastic it was a bit of a different story. Now, last night I watched a video by Specky McSporran, great name, great videos. If you haven't checked out any of his videos, then I recommend you do so. They're really good quality videos. I like them. And on his video, he was reviewing this product, and he put it on rubber seals and some plastic trim, and he put it on and he left it and it was fine, and he gave it a good review. My experience was slightly different. When I put it on rubber, I put it on rubber door seals and window seals, and it was fine, exactly as it says on the website and exactly as Specky said. You put it on and you can leave it, and it rejuvenated the rubber. But I found on the harder plastic, on the back and front bumpers, on the side bumpers, on the plastic trim in front of the windscreen, below the windscreen where the windscreen wipers are, on that bit of trim there. And especially around the wing mirrors, where it's black on the Megan, it was black plastic. When I put it on black plastic, hard plastic, it went patchy and streaky. So I got a microfiber cloth and wiped it, and it was perfect. So my experience was that on rubber, you put it on and it rejuvenates it, brings it back to life, and is a really good product because you just put it on and leave it. With hard plastic, in my experience, a bit different with Specky, he didn't experience this at all. It was fine for him, but with me, when I put it on, it was patchy and streaky until I buffed it off. Once I buffed it off, brilliant, no problem at all. Hang on a second, I'm in demand. That was a postman. Got some more Zero from Garage Therapy. Right, so where was I? Yeah, so my experience was a bit different. I found that you had to buff it off on hard plastic. Once you put it on hard plastic, give it a while, buff it off, fantastic, brings it back to life, does exactly what they say it does. It's just that for me, on rubber you can put it on and leave it, on hard plastic you have to put it on and buff it off. Specky found that it worked perfectly for him, so what the difference was, I don't know. Maybe I put it on too thick, I don't know, but once I buffed it off, it was great. So it's a really good product. I think you just got to be mindful on how you use it. If you put it on rubber, if you put it on plastic and it's a bit patchy, then buff it off and it'll be fine. If it goes on and it's not patchy, then leave it, it's fine. But it certainly brings the rubber and the plastic back to life. Again, the plastic on that Megan was going quite grey, it was tired, and this rejuvenated it. So would I use it again? Absolutely. Another good tool to have on the shelf, another good product from Infinity. You just got to be mindful on how you buff it off. So that's the review of the protection. If you are going to watch my next video on cleaning the interior, I'll see you in a minute. If you're not going to watch that video, then you have a good day and take care. Bye bye.